I'm going to be reading the voice of Prince Oliver, who is trapped inside the book. And then you're going to hear Sammy, who is going to be reading from a different point of view. So this is Oliver. Just so you know, when they say once upon a time, they are lying. It's not once upon a time. It's not even twice upon a time. It's hundreds of times, over and over, every time someone opens the pages of this dusty old book. Oliver, my best friend says. Check. I follow Frum's gaze and stare down at the chessboard, which isn't really a chessboard at all. It's just squares scratched onto the sand of Ever After Beach, and a bunch of accommodating fairies who don't mind acting as pawns and bishops and queens. There isn't a chess set in the story, so we have to make do with what we've got. And of course, we have to clean up all evidence when we're done, or someone else might assume that there's more to the story than what they know. I can't remember when I first realized that life, as I knew it, wasn't real. That this role I performed over and over was just that, a role. It's quite complicated, really. I'm Prince Oliver, but I'm not Prince Oliver. When the book is closed, I can stop pretending that I'm interested in Seraphima, or that I'm fighting a dragon, and instead I can hang out with Frum, or take a dip in the ocean with the pirates. In other words, we all have lives outside the lives that we play when a reader opens the book. For everyone else here, that knowledge is enough. They're happy repeating the story endlessly and staying trapped on stage even when the readers are gone. But me, I've always wondered. It stands to reason that if I have a life outside the story, so do the readers whose faces float above us. And they're not trapped in the book. So where exactly are they? And what do they do when the book is closed? Frum captures my queen. Checkmate, he says, and he scratches behind his ear. Stupid fleas. When we're working, Frum doesn't speak. He just barks. He follows me around like, well, a faithful pup. You'd never guess when he's acting that in real life he's always bossing the rest of us around. I think I saw a tear at the top of page 47, I say as casually as I can, although I've been thinking of nothing but getting back there to investigate since first spotting it. Want to come check it out? Honestly, Oliver, not that again. Frum rolls his eyes. But what if you could be anywhere, anything you wanted to be? I have this dream. It's kind of silly, but I see myself walking down a street I've never seen before. A girl hurries past me, her dark hair whipping behind her like a flag, and in her haste she crashes into me. When I reach out to help her up, I feel a spark ignite. Her eyes are the color of honey, and I can't turn away from them. Finally, I say. And when I kiss her, she tastes of mint and winter and nothing like Seraphima. Yeah, right, Frum says, interrupting me. How many career opportunities are there for a basset hound? You're only a dog because you were written that way. You could change that. He laughs. Change a published story. Yeah, that's a good one, Ollie. Maybe he's right. Maybe it is just me. I guess I find it hard to believe that readers get up at the same hour every morning and eat the same breakfast every day and have the same conversations with their parents and go to bed and wake up and do it all over again. I think more likely they lead the most incredible lives. And by incredible, I mean with free will. I wonder what that would be like. To feel the book opening yet not beg the queen to let me go on a quest. To avoid getting trapped by fairies and run ragged by a villain. To see someone I don't recognize and whose name I don't know. I'm not fussy, really. I wouldn't mind being a butcher instead of a prince, or picking a fight with someone. I wouldn't mind doing anything but the same old things I've done for as long as I can remember. I glance around at the others. Between readings, our real personalities show. One of the trolls is working out a melody on a fluky's card from a piece of bamboo. The fairies are doing crossword puzzles, but they keep cheating by looking into the wizard's crystal ball. And Seraphima, she blows me a kiss, and I force a smile. She's pretty, I suppose, with her silver hair and eyes the color of violets, but her shoe size is bigger than her IQ. For example, she honestly believes that just because I save her over and over again as part of my job, I must truly have feelings for her. I'll be honest, it's not a hard day's work to kiss a beautiful girl repeatedly, but I certainly don't love Seraphima. There's suddenly a blinding light and our sky cracks open along the seam. Places, Frum cries, frantic. Everyone, into your positions! I grab my tunic and my dagger. The fairies who are our chess pieces rise like sparks and write "See you later" in the air before me, a trail of light as they zoom into the woods. What would happen if I was late? If I dawdled so I wasn't in place when the book was open, would it stay sealed shut or would the story start without me? Experimentally, I slow my pace, dragging my heels. But then I feel a magnetic tug on the front of my tunic, propelling me through the pages. They rustle as I leap through them, my legs moving in double time, and suddenly I'm standing where I'm supposed to be, before the royal throne in the great hall. A brilliant slice of light opens above us. I can see the reader's face, fuzzy at the edges, sort of how the sun looks from the ocean floor. And just like when one stares at the sun, I can't make myself turn away. "Oliver," Frump hisses, "focus!" So I turn away from those eyes, the exact color of honey, from that mouth, its lips parted just the tiniest bit, as if she might be about to speak my name. I turn away, and for the billionth time in my life, I speak the first line of the story. I've seen this reader before. She's different from our usual readers. They're either motherly, like Queen Maureen, or young enough to be captivated by tales of princesses in peril. But this reader looks to be about my age. It doesn't make any sense. Surely she knows, like I do, that fairy tales are just stories, that happy endings aren't real. "Just let me finish," the girl says. "Delilah, you've read that book 1,000 times. You know how it ends. Now means now." I've heard this reader speaking to the older woman before. I'm guessing it's her mother. She's always telling Delilah to put the book away and go outside. I cannot tell you how frustrating this is for me. Here I am, wasting away inside a book I wish I could escape, and all she wants to do is stay in the story. If I could speak to this girl, Delilah, I'd ask her why on earth she would ever trade a single second of the world she's in for the one in which I'm stuck. But I've tried talking out loud to other readers. Believe me, it was the very first thing I attempted when I started to actively dream about life in the other world. However, the people holding the book see me only when the story is playing, and when the story is playing, I'm compelled to stick to the script. Even when I try to say something like, "Please listen to me," I wind up announcing instead, "I'm on my way to rescue a princess," like some sort of puppet. "Coming," Delilah says. There is a dizzying whirl of gravity as the book starts to close. We grab onto details, candelabra and table legs, and in some desperate cases, the hanging tail of a letter like G or Y. "Well," I say, letting go of the drapery I was clutching. "Guess we got off lucky this..." Before I can finish, I find myself flying head over heels as the pages are rifled through and our world reopens on the very last bit of the story. As if by magic, Seraphima glitters beside me in her shimmering gown. Frump has a wedding band tied to a ribbon around his neck. I glance down and suddenly panic. The chessboard. It's still there. The pixie chess pieces are gone, but the squares I drew with a stick, the proof that there's life in this book when no one is reading it, are still carved onto the beach. "Okay, Oliver," I tell myself. "This is not a disaster. People read a fairy tale for the happy ending, not to hunt for a faintly visible chessboard scratched into the sand on the final page." Still, I try to pull Seraphima toward me in an attempt to hide the chessboard beneath the fabric of her billowing dress. Seraphima, however, misinterprets this. She tilts up her chin, waiting for her kiss. The reader's waiting too. And if I give her what she wants, she'll close the book and that will be that. Oh, fine. I lean forward and give Seraphima a kiss. I can feel her melt beneath my touch. As the reader leans closer, the sky darkens. "How strange," the girl murmurs. Her finger comes down, pushing at the edges of our world, bending the scenery even as we stand in it. She touches the spot where the chessboard is etched onto the sand. "That," she says, "was never here before."